Hey, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another Saturday morning market watch. Today is Saturday, September 14th. Hope you guys are enjoying it. You guys crushed the like goal on the budget deck market watch that I did. So I guess let's go ahead and do it again. Let's shoot for 10 likes. Let me know if there's any incentives or any videos you guys want to see, deck profiles, any funny bits that you guys want me to do. But let's just go ahead and get straight into the market. So as always, starting off with the best selling of the last week. Now this is going to be a bit of a quick market watch because I do kind of have to turn around and actually drive on a trip for a couple hours, but we'll go ahead and go over it. Engravers are still at 90 to 95. These didn't drop down nearly as much as I expected they would. That being said, I mean, we haven't lost too much, and there is still more support coming in Rage of the Abyss in a little bit less than a month, maybe a little bit over a month. Priel is still holding 55. Again, I would consider getting rid of these at 55. I think they are going to drop when Fua Ross comes out, because Fua Ross is better in every single way. It's just Pirelli is there for a hard going second. Most people are going to be maining Fua Ross. If you're playing Pirelli at all, it's in the side. That grass looks greener is going to be at $27 to $30. I don't know why people are buying into this and not assuming that it's going to be a card that's reprinted in Core Century Bonanza. I think that they just thought it was going to be in the tins this year as a QCR, but it's not, so whatever. Silhouette Hat Rabbit is a card that has been climbing up, and I kind of wish I knew why. I mean, it's a really good card. I mean, it gets you basically a solid warning on a link too, and it is a powerful card on itself, but I don't know if it's people who want it for the illusion stuff, or there's new support coming out for it and that's why it's climbing up. I don't know, so let me know in the comments. Phantom of Ubel is still climbing up to around 45, 50. Pretty impressive. It's not getting reprinted in the tins. We're going to go over the tins here at the end. But yeah, I guess if you still have your Ubel stuff, congratulations. You didn't lose too much. SP Little Knights are holding about 60 to 70. These probably are actually going to hold this. I thought they were going to be anywhere from 30 to 40 once the tins dropped, but with how bad the tins are looking, these are probably going to be about 70. LZ's still holding 30. Stellar is actually climbing a little bit down below 20. So I guess if you want to play White Forest, if you think, I mean, there will be some more support eventually, maybe grab your Stellars now. Bonfire and Nightmare Throne are both holding their 30, 25 price tag. Thrust has gone all the way up to 45 from what I believe was 30, maybe 25, not even 2 weeks ago. I'm assuming this is because of the tins, but well, like I said, we'll get to that. Wanted 22, D-Bell start 30. Protoss is holding 40. So I'm a little surprised this wasn't in the tins, but I can also see this being in QCRB. So whatever. Nightmare Apprentice, Quem is, I'm surprised it's holding 35, considering it's a 1, maybe 2 of, and it is in the tins. We've seen it now. So, but yeah. Dominus Purge, I wanted to go over real quick. This card is having a ton of sales, but is just holding at a $15 price tag. Let's see. Average daily sold 42, pretty high for a secret rare, and it is just the highest sale price is only $20. So it is, I mean, I wish I picked mine up at 8 to 10, but this is a card that I think people are just thinking oh, it's Ash put on a trap card that's really good, doesn't play into Tactics or Thrust. So if Tactics or Thrust becomes really good and you have a card that can play around this restriction, it is a really powerful card. But I'm a little not sold of it outside of dedicated trap decks like Labyrinth and Trap Tricks. But what do I know? Imseti's 22, makes sense. Promethean's 19, a little bit higher than I think it should be, but oh well. Chaos Angel is 40. This is going to be all the secrets that we thought were gonna get cratered because the tins just aren't this year, and maybe we'll go over that next before we go over the individual cards and archetypes. Lara, I was told, was climbing back up to 30 and dropping back down here. Yeah, so it shot up and it's on its way back down now. So Laras are still 15-ish a copy, so if you need them for Ritual Beasts, I mean, there's not really going to be a great time to pick them up. It looks like the worst time to pick them up was around the ban list because people thought Shifter was going to get hit, or maybe they ban they'd limit Canahawk or do something like that, but nope. So I would say, like, if you're gonna pick them up, you're not gonna pick them up for less than 15. So yeah, let's go over the tins real quick. So shoutouts to Dual Daddy and shoutouts to Zach for this market watch. He gave me a lot of stuff to cover. So like the QCRs in here aren't amazing. They're whatever though. They're supposed to be collectible. Almost everything gets a QCR eventually. There's a couple things I question, like IDOS and like Orpheus Scorpio and fucking Ruby Carbuncle, but these are whatever. But the problem is there's 50 of these, but one's guaranteed per pack, sure. There's 100 Prismatic Secret Rares, and they take up one slot. There's only one in each pack, and you only get 3 per tin, which means you only get 36 per case, and if there's 100, you have to open up 3 cases just to get one of each, and that's assuming none are shorted and none are like clumped or anything like that, which is pretty likely. And like, here's the thing, looking at the QCR list, there's a lot of good ones, like ignoring all the alt arts, because those are going to be valuable because they're alt arts. Gravekeeper's Inscription, all the tier cards, Grand Guignol, Thrust, Big Welcome, Dispotter, Luluella, Chaos Angel, Time-Turning Morganite, Rev Synchron, Sleipnir, Lars. I mean, like, these all good cards. The problem is just when there's so many of them, it's just diluting the pool, and it's impossible to pull anything really good. There's also cards in here that I really don't think to, like, why do we have Gimmer Aegirine and Ran Aegirine? They were as secrets in the last Battles of Legend set. Why do we have things like Chunk Warrior and like this BLS ritual? Like, nobody's asking for that. Now we are getting a lot of cards that I didn't think we would get. We were getting Wild Survivors cards, so Vanquish Soul is going to be very cheap. We're getting Grand Xeno, so Dinosaurs is going to be even cheaper. So if you guys saw my budget deck market watch talking about Dinosaurs, that'll be really good. We're getting Primera, Trudea, and Emelba Oath all reprinted, so that's really good for people who want to play Centurion. Pretty much the whole Snake Eyes engine is getting reprinted. Like, there are good cards in here. It's just there's so much that you're unlikely to pull anything. I bought a case and I'm genuinely considering just not opening it. And that's not even talking about the ultra rares. There's 150 ultra rares in this set. Like, it's just so bloated. There's more ultra rares than there are commons. Like, and everything that's in common, almost all of them originally came as common. Like, let's see. I don't see a single card on this page that wasn't originally printed in common. This is the only one that I see so far, is this Teller Knight card, and that was an ultra rare. And yeah, almost everything else came in common. There's absolutely no reason that some of these cards you could have printed the Pearlies in common. That would have been an interesting deck in common charity without the big Pearly. The Mukanko cards could have been in common. The Rescue Ace cards could have been in common. They already all have all hollow printings. I don't know. I genuinely don't understand why Konami did this. It genuinely seems like they're just rolling dice to figure out what goes on what. Like the Evil SARS cards. Why are these in here? Like, I don't know. I'm not a Konami employee, but I would be disappointed if I put this out on shelves. Sorry, not sorry. All right, let's get on to the individual cards. So starting off with Rose Dragons. So the Rose Dragon cards Red Rose Dragon specifically came off the list, and it got bought out. I covered it last week, and it was only about 30 cents for some of these color letter ultras, about the same, maybe 50 cents for the rare, and then the ultra was maybe about $3 to $5. And these have gotten cratered off the market. So if you have Legendary Duel Season 2 or Sisters of the Roses Bowl, go take a look, pull these out, throw them on TCG Player or in your trade binder right now, because these will be in quarter century bonanza. I'm telling you that right now. Even some of the other Rose Dragons, like Blue Rose Dragon, Garden Rose Maiden, are all up in value because these came off. Up next, I want to cover Crixtrons. So these did spike a little bit, but I don't think they spiked too much. You can see that Ulti Hulk is up to 18. I think it was less. Yeah, it was only about 15, spiked up to 18. Quandrax and Quarian Drake and Gandrax. I don't know how you fucking say it. Anyway, this shot up from $2 to about... this actually got bought out to $10. So now, in all honesty, I think that there is a high likelihood that a good number of these Crystron cards will be reprinted. But if you have them and you don't really care, like you read the Chris Trump cards and they're like, oh, it's not really that great, go ahead and get rid of them. I will say maybe pick up a copy of Help. We were talking about it. It's like, what does Help do that Feedsmith engine doesn't do right now? So maybe Help could come back, especially with new support, but it probably won't come back for another year after we get the support. A la Kieran. Next, I want to cover Jirax. Jirax also got support. The only one that really got bought out, to my knowledge, is Jirax Meteor. This was a card that hasn't seen a reprint, and I'm sorry, but the support all centers around summoning Jirax Meteor on your opponent's turn, which is a really powerful thing to do. But if it hasn't been reprinted for however many years, and the support all centers around it, this isn't Trident Dragon where it's like, oh, Trident Dragon makes the cards really powerful. The support all centers around summoning this on your opponent's turn. They're going to reprint it. Like, there's no reason for you guys to spend $9-10 on this when it was 50 cents when they're going to reprint it. There's just no way they aren't. I want to cover Speedroids, but there really isn't a lot to cover. The only thing that there is to cover is, I think, Crystal Clearwing Synchro Dragon. This card was a bit of a cheap card for a while, then it shot up to about $10-20 because of Tenpai, and now it's shot up again because of the new Speedroid support. So the Ultra Rare is about 20, and these Ghost Rare is about 30. Honestly, like, if you're gonna pick up this and you want to play Speedroids, like you're a really big Speedroid enjoyer, just pick up the Ghost Rare. Yeah, there's not really much else to say about it. Bone Party, we've been talking about it for a while, but this shot up to about 30. It's been slowly climbing down to 27, 25, but again, this I don't think got reprinted in the tins, so if you're looking to, none of the Valiant Smasher stuff, I think other than Centurion got reprinted, so if you're looking to pick up Memento parties, or Memento stuff, like, I think it's, you kind of missed your chance for, like, the cheapest time. I think that was around Banless season when that was getting pretty low. Next, I just want to cover Bisteals here really quickly. You can see that not much has changed. Dispotter's down to about 20. It'll probably shoot down a little bit lower because of the tin printing, but not too much, maybe 15 or 10. But people did buy up Buyouts. I don't know if they thought they were going to be in here, but there were 10 last week. They're 15 and 12, depending on the printing this week. I could see this being a quarter century Bonanza card. I really could. I know it already has a quarter century secret rare, but I could see them throwing it in here and just not printing the QCR, but whatever. But that is it for today's Market Watch. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like. If you really enjoyed, make sure to subscribe. That's all for me, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.